Dear viewers, welcome back. In this session, we are going to talk about type of attributes and its domain type. In relational model, we talked about what a relation is all about, what a row means, and what the column is for. A row is also called as record or a tuple. Columns are called as attributes. Each row gives the specific information of an entity. These were the things we had discussed in relational model, and in this session we are going to talk exclusively on attributes and its domain types. In SQL there are four major attributes: single value attributes, composite attributes, multi-value attributes, derived attributes, and the other two things are very important. There are key attributes and other simple attributes. In this class, we are going to talk each and every one separately. First, we talked about what single value attribute means. If you take a table, student, for that there are many attributes, there are many columns: roll number, class, age, semester, mobile number. Like that, there are many columns. Each column we called as attributes. What does single value attribute means? It means that it takes only one value. The value cannot be further divided. Say if I take the age 25. If I divide the age 25 into 2 and 5, it is meaningless. If I take the class BCA, MCA, MTech, if I divide the value into 2 or 3 alls, it will not give any meaning. Likewise, the roll number. The roll number, if I divide the roll number or the employee ID, it is a single value. It is a single value. We cannot divide or we cannot decompose it into further levels. That is called single value attribute. Examples of single value attribute: roll number, class, age, salary, your physics marks, chemistry marks, CGPA. All these are single value attributes. For that attribute, it can enter only one value. There is to the maximum, it can take only one value. That is called single value attributes. Here the roll number is underlined. It means that it is a key attribute. Key attribute means that it is unique. Each and every row is unique in the particular table. In this case, student is a table. In the student table, roll number is a key attribute. It means each and every student have their own roll number. It cannot share. Roll number cannot be shared to 2 or more students. It is not possible. But the name of the student can be same for 2 or more students. It is possible. That is why roll number became a key attribute to the table student. If you go to employee table, employee ID is a primary key attribute. If you go to account table, account number is a key attribute. So it is very important to have a key attribute in the table. And next one, we are going to discuss about composite attribute. In a single value attribute, we said that value for the attribute cannot be divided. But whereas in the composite attribute, the value for the attribute can be further divided into sub-levels. If I say the name of the student, the name can be further divided into first name, middle name, and last name. It is possible. If I give the address is an attribute in the table student. But the address can be further divided into street number, city, country, state, pin code. Like that I can expand it. I can give more component to it. Still, the address can be divided further into sub-levels. It is possible. So if you think that the value can be further divided and still it gives a meaning to the value, then it is called composite attribute. Your name, address are the examples for composite attributes. Derived value attribute. Say age is a derived value attribute because age can be obtained through date of birth. If I know date of birth, no need to have age attribute in the table student, because anyhow I can get the age as a student by date of birth. So no need to waste your time in storing the value for age in the table. It is consuming memory. We should not lavishly spend the memory for any cost. The age is a lavish spending of memory in the table student. If you have a date of birth attribute, in that case, no need to include age as attribute in the table. Likewise, if you know date of joining, then no need of experience attribute in the table, year of experience, the service. Because if I know date of joining, from current date I can calculate that what is the experience he has, how much of service he has rendered to the particular department. Yes, I can get it. So if I know one thing, then from that I can get other things. So if that is the case, then that attribute should not be a part of the table. Next one is multi-value attribute. In the multi-value attribute, say in this case phone number is a multi-value attribute. For the phone number, the student can have more than one phone number. A student can have more than one email ID. A student can have more than one skills. A student can have more than one hobbies. So for the same attribute, I can give more than one value. It is possible. So in this case, it is called as multi-value attribute. If it is a multi-value attribute, there is a separate mechanism we have to follow for it. We will discuss in the coming sessions how to deal multi-value attributes and how to include the same table. Because you cannot enter two values in a single cell. As I said in the relational model, each and every cell can have only one value. To the maximum, each and every cell can have only one value. But in this case, a student can have more than one phone number. A student can have more than one hobbies. How can I get all those hobbies? How can I get all those phone numbers? It cannot be a single cell. It cannot be part of a single cell. So we have to have two cells or three cells. So three attributes has to be created. But for some other cases, it become a null value. Because one student have only one phone number. So if I have two attributes for phone number, then one of the attribute can give null values, can take null values. So this is a problem. So how can I tackle this problem? So we are going to reveal these aspects in the coming sessions. And for all the attributes that we given so far, for all of that, we need to have a proper domain type. It is called as data type. Numeric. Suppose if you think that the data type takes only integer value, example salary, age. These are all taking numeric values, right? Marks. For all of that, you have to give only numeric value. So the value type will be bit. If it is a single bit boolean value or tiny int, small int, these are all the things we have. These are all the possibilities we have. Numbers. And date, yes, suppose if you want to enter date of joining, date of birth. So for all of that, suppose we want to know at what time he booked the ticket. Right? So for all these things, we have the option of date, time, timestamp. Timestamp is a combination of both date and time. And suppose if you want to enter only year, yes, that's also possible. Right? Likewise, we have characteristics, char and varchar. Char is fixed and varchar is the variable one. So char means if you say character of 10 character is fixed for the particular attribute. Varchar, what is the value I entered for the particular attribute, that alone will be calculated. It's called varchar. And Unicode, suppose if you want to have a Unicode kind of mechanisms in your table and deals about interoperability and scalability of the particular database to some other next level, in that case we have to go for Unicode or string. And binary and miscellaneous attributes like CLOB, BLOB, XML and JSON, these are all multimedia database. If you are dealing with the multimedia database and some OR DBMS, and if you want to include XML into this database, yes, for all of that you can use a CLOB, BLOB, XML and JSON. So these are the formats we have in SQL. So in the coming session, we are going to discuss more of this data types. But primarily, we will use numbers, characters, and date and timestamp. These are all major data types and domain types we used in SQL, which is so enough to handle any database. Thank you.